Hello? Is this thing on? Yeah. G'day guys, my name is Sam and welcome to my YouTube channel, Recon Australian Adventures. The reason that I'm starting a YouTube channel is because I want to start doing videos about four-wheel driving and adventuring around Australia. And I've been living in England for the past 2.5 years, and it's been a bit of a rocky stage trying to come back during the quarantine and also coronavirus. And I'm going to be sharing you guys my experience, what it's like to live for 2 weeks at Howard Springs facility. Now I'm going to be talking about some points about how they treat you when you get here, what you actually get given due to wristbands and stuff like that to actually check your oxygen levels, check your heart rate, make sure that you don't have coronavirus or any fevers or anything like that. And mostly of all, just to actually give you guys an idea, if you are traveling to Australia and you are going to be coming to Howard Springs, what the meals are going to be like, what it's like to go through quarantine, and also the government officials, how they help you and what you can actually have to help you through your process. And I'm also going to include pricing because I think that's a really important part of it. A lot of people wonder how much it's going to cost, is there any way of getting around it? I'm going to leave that to the last of the video because there is one way where you can possibly save 50% of the bill. And I'm also going to be giving you guys some tips on how to make your time here go a little bit quicker. My partner and I have been here for 4 days now, and we've been trying to find stuff to keep us occupied. We found some pretty good stuff and I'd like to share those things with you. It also includes having tips and tricks on how to make your food better, because some food is good from here, but some of it's just a little bit on the side. And I really hope that you guys enjoy my experience and I hope that it's beneficial for you guys. So let's get right into it with a room tour. Now when you come to Howard Springs, the first thing that they give you at the airport is a big yellow paper bag, and in that bag you get a COVID-19 test, and you have to be tested before you can actually come to the facility. And also in that yellow paper bag you also get your key card, and that is to let you inside the door and nobody else is allowed inside unless if you're moving with a family group or your partner. Now with these rooms, they are pretty much as basic as they can come. All they come with is just a single bed, pretty much all you need for one person. Come with some desks, little mini fridge. They do come with your own toiletries, so you don't have to buy toiletries if you're struggling for space on the plane. The other great part about it is that they also come with a really good aircon, and it's not a aircon where you put it on like 20 and it's really 25. This thing, I tested it this morning, I put it on 17 just to see what would happen, and I tell you what, it felt like we were back in Britain. It was bitter and cold and I had to turn it off straight away. The other great part about this is that the showers here are great. They actually have hot water and it's a big tank as well. So if you come off the plane and all you want to do is have a shower and fall asleep, you can have a great shower and you don't have to worry about water cutting out due to other people using it as well. It's awesome. So that's where you have your shower. It's a nice big shower as well. Have your toilet, of course. You have your sink. Oh yeah. And you even have some storage in here if you do have quite a fair few toiletries. One of the advantages about going to Howard Springs rather than somewhere else in Australia is you can actually go outside. I have heard that if you go to Sydney or Adelaide or Melbourne, that once you go into your hotel room you're not allowed to leave, not even for a walk. But with Howard Springs you can actually go outside and you have your own veranda as well. So I'll show you guys that now. One thing I will say, you do have to be very careful to take your card with you, the one that I showed you guys earlier, because if you leave this door and you're outside and it's locked inside, it's an absolute pain in the ass to actually get it back or to get other people that work here to open the door for you. There was a girl that accidentally locked it herself out. It took her about an hour to get back in, so not what you want to do, especially late at night. Now one thing that you're probably asking is, what is this white thing on my arm? Once you actually come to Howard Springs, you get like a bag with some goodies, you get a snack pack, you also get information, you even get an iPad, and they require you to actually log in so that they can check all of your stats from your armband. And they record your temperature, your blood pressure, your heart rate, and your respiration rate, and your oxygen rate. And it's really cool if you want to see your own heart rate and all that sort of stuff, so you can see how you're going, because all of those are key factors for if you have COVID. They're the main ones that'll change, and it actually shows you right here The main thing that they do as well is a nurse or a doctor will actually contact you daily, and even although that the armband takes your temperature, they always ask you just to double check your temperature over the phone. So you just have to put this underneath your arm, and once it stops beeping, that's what your temperature will be, and that's what you just have to tell them. It's really good because they also ask you about your mental health, how you're going, are you stressed out. So they really make sure that if you are traveling by yourself, because obviously it's harder to travel by yourself than what you would be with a partner, they really keep up to date and make sure that you're all right. Now later on today, whenever they give you food, they only come to your cabin once every single day, and that's around about 5-6 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's to give your breakfast, lunch and dinner. They give it all to you all at the one go. So later on I'm going to record that and actually show you what it looks like, and I don't even know what we're having for dinner tonight, so that'll be pretty interesting. But the only bad part that I can see straight off the bat about Howard Springs is just the simple fact that there's no microwave. So I'm going to show you guys 2 small tips that I've found out really handy that can make it a little bit easier for once you get here, especially if you're like me and you like hot food. You know, you're a bit old school, you like to use coffee grounds and stuff like that. I found a way to make it okay and to make it a little bit better for your stay. Now, one thing that I found out that was really handy, I'm a bit of a coffee nut, and in all honesty, so is my partner, so we really wanted to have some coffee. Now, usually you can actually just get your satchels that you usually get from Coles or IGA, and these are going to be the most convenient for you, so don't be afraid to buy these are really handy. But if you're old school like Becky and I, we'll actually go out and buy some proper coffee grounds. Now, because we don't have a coffee strainer, one thing that I found out that you can do is you grab your hot water, put as much coffee in there as you usually have, and all you gotta do is just mix it up for a little bit. Now once you've mixed that up for about a minute or two, in these lunches that you get one of these buns, and they come in a big wide container just like this. You can actually use a cloth that you used to clean up, obviously use a fresh one, don't use a dirty one, and you can chuck it in there so it's a little strainer. Now just be aware, it does take away quite a bit of water, so you got to do a full cup to get about 3/4 of a cup or a little bit less, but it's definitely worth it and it does work. So let's chuck this stuff in here and see how it goes. And as you can see, that's slowly straining away. Give it about 30 seconds, lift it up a little bit, give it a bit of a squeeze, then you'll have really nice coffee. And no coffee grounds actually go through the cloth. Just be careful, she's hot, real bloody hot. Now once you're done with that, put any sweetener or sugar that you want with your coffee in your cup that you're going to be using. For me, I use 2 sweetener, and all you got to do is just pour it in there. And as you can see, we got about 3/4 of a cup. Give it a little bit of a stir, and you just add a little bit of milk, and that right there is a coffee that's worth 10 minutes. That's good to actually taste Australian coffee again. I've missed that a lot. And now I'm going to be showing you guys how to heat up your buns, because there's no microwave in here, and it's a really handy tip, and it's really simple as well. All you gotta do is put your kettle on. Once your kettle's boiled, fill a cup halfway up. Now this actually works for buns and muffins that you get for lunch. So I'm going to try it with a banana muffin. You cut it in half, and all you got to do is just sit your knife halfway on the cup and then just balance it on the side. And you give that about 2 minutes, and then you got a nice hot muffin with a bloody good coffee. And believe me, these aren't jail hacks at any point. I don't want to see any spamming in the comments. Trust me, it won't work out well. One of the other great things about Howard Springs is that with a click and collect order, if you get something from IGA or Coles, you can actually get it delivered to your door, and all you have to do is put in the address of Howard Springs, and then the people that work here actually get it, and they bring it straight to your door, which is pretty bloody nice. And I'm pretty sure they're here now, so let's go see what they got for us.
Oh, amazing, thank you. We'll step up a bit. Yeah, that's fine, thank you.
Have a good day.
Amazing, thank you so much.
Thanks for that.
Bye.
Oh.
We finally have fresh grapes for once. Pretty excited to see what we have. Now, what you need to do for your laundry. Whatever block you're staying in, it alternates day to day. So with our list, we're allowed to go there every single second day. And the washing machines that they do have there are pretty big. There's a washing machine and a dryer. They don't cost anything to use. But one thing that you do have to remember, you get given these really big bags, and you actually put your clothes inside those bags and put the bags inside the washing machine. I know that sounds weird, just trust me, that's what the manual says. and they're actual dissolvable bags. It's also to do with so that you don't put anything else in the bin where somebody else could accidentally touch because of coronavirus. But I think it's really good because they take care of you no matter what. Just little things like that can mean the difference from somebody getting coronavirus and having to stay here for an extra week on top of that. Another handy thing that they also do to take care of you in your pricing that you have for paying for quarantine, they actually provide you with a lift to wherever you're going within Darwin. So Becky and I, we're actually heading to a hotel for 2 nights before we fly out down to Dubbo, and we don't have to pay for the taxi. They actually do that for us. So even although that it does cost quite a fair bit to quarantine, you do save little things every now and then. Now to give you guys a little bit more of an idea of what we've been having for breakfast, lunch and dinner, I'm going to do a really quick montage of the food that we actually get. And because they cycle their food every single 7 days, so you'll go through a week of actually getting all of the meals, then they'll just restart that. It's good in a way because if you have a really nice meal, you know you're going to get it twice. But again, if you're going to get a bad meal, you're sort of going to have to get it twice. That's why we definitely recommend to get a click and collect, just so you have some nibbly bits, some 2-minute noodles, coffee, anything like that helps your time fly by. So here's a little montage of all the food that we're about to get. Okay, now last and not least, this is probably going to be the most important information that you guys are going to have coming out of this video. This is all about the pricing and how much it's going to cost and how you can potentially save 50% of the quarantine bill, which is quite a bit of money. And I'm going to give you all of that information right now so you guys don't have to look it up. Now, if you do want to go through and try and get 50% off your quarantine bill, it's called a low income reduction, and this goes towards your household. It basically means that your household cannot earn more than $52,706 Australian. And if you do qualify this and go through the process of getting this done, you can take your $2,500 down to $1,250. It's really good that the government actually does have this in place, because with coronavirus, I was out of work for 6 months over in England, and coming over here, I was a little bit money stressed out a little bit, but seeing something like this is a real weight off your shoulders. Now, the things that you need to fill this form out are a Centrelink notice, a Centrelink statement, or a letter of pension card, Australian tax assessment, a payment summary dated from 2019 to 2020, and a signed witness statutory declaration, and that's the process that Becky and I are going through. They also do give you the option to do a payment plan with 0 interest, and you can get this payment plan to go through 12 months. So if you can't pay for it all at once, you can get it done monthly, so you can pay for it throughout the whole entire year. And that is interest free, and you can pay it off whenever you want or whenever you feel comfortable. And just a quick note, if you're traveling with a family where you have 2 people and also 3 children, the amount that you have to earn below is $68,000. So that's another thing to take into regards if you're bringing your family back to Australia. And that is all the important information that you need to know about Howard Springs, in my opinion. In the next video, I'm actually going to be releasing the video of what I choose for the next 4-wheel drive build, because obviously you can't go 4-wheel driving if you don't have a 4-wheel drive. But what I'm going to be doing, if anybody can guess what 4-wheel drive I pick in the comment section, you're going to be getting a free shout out in the next video. And to give you guys a little bit of a hint, it's not going to be a new vehicle. The vehicle that I've already chosen is in the back of a bloody horse barn, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know if it's still there. It's going to be pretty interesting how the hell I'm going to get this thing out of there. But anyway, I just wanted to say thanks guys for watching, and if you do find this helpful in any way possible, make sure that you do leave a like, and if you want to subscribe, it doesn't cost anything. You can always unsubscribe later if you feel like it. It should be a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.